Hey everyone, you're tuned in with Cesar, and I'm calling the Dave Ramsey Show today to get financial advice. Stay tuned. So one of the reasons why I'm calling the Dave Ramsey Show is to ask about my financial situation. I feel like I am in a really great spot, but I feel the pressure of having to buy a property. I have extra cash that is saved, and quite frankly, I just don't know what to do with it right now. I feel like I'm at a point where I should buy a property, but the market doesn't have properties that I want at the moment, and I'm feeling a lot of pressure to buy into this idea. So I want to see what Dave Ramsey says about that, but I also want to see what Dave Ramsey has to say generally about my financial situation of having a lot of cash on hand and having my retirement accounts invested in pretty well. I just want to see what type of advice that he gives me. So that's why I'm calling Dave Ramsey. This is the first time that I have ever called into some type of radio show or show, and I'm really excited. The other thing that I do want to ask Dave Ramsey is about mortgage payments, especially on multifamily unit. So Dave Ramsey preaches that your mortgage payment shouldn't be 25% of your monthly income. And I want to know if that number includes the unit upstairs from me. So let's get to it. I'm calling Dave Ramsey Show.
Thanks for calling the Ramsey Show.
I think it's gonna keep ringing until someone answers.
The Ramsey Show, we have Dave Ramsey and Jay Warshaw here answering our questions. What's your first name?
Hey, my first name is Cesar.
All right, so here's the deal, Cesar. We'll be live here in about 2.5 minutes. Whenever we come on, you can be brief and to the point with your question up front, and then we'll dive into all the details surrounding it, okay?
Okay, great, thank you.
888-825-5225. That's 888-825-5225. Cesar starts this hour in Chicago.
Hi, Cesar. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. I'm excited to be
Is
here.
it Cesar or Cesar?
Caesar, like Julius Caesar.
Got it. Okay, I did not mess it up. Good. How can I help?
Thank you so much. I'm 26 years old, tuned in from Chicago. I have approximately 100,000 in my savings. I have approximately 60,000 in mutual funds that it's parked in a Roth IRA, Roth 401k. And I feel like I have a lot of options. There's a lot of pressure to buy. I'm thinking about buying a building. And it's putting a lot of pressure on me, but it's a lot of options that I really don't know what to do at the moment. And I would like your advice about my situation.
Do you have any debt?
Zero debt.
Zero debt. Way to go.
Are you married?
I am not married.
Why hasn't some woman snapped you up?
I know
You're
that's
sharp.
right.
No, there is a woman. Trust me. Yeah.
Way to
Very
go.
good.
You're killing it. Way to go. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Is your personal residence paid off as well? Or are you
Now,
a buyer yet?
I am renting at the moment in Chicago, and this is my situation for renting. It's a 2-bedroom. It's $1,000 a month, and I'm splitting it with a roommate, $500 each.
Wow.
Stole that.
So you're not in a hurry to get out of that.
No, that's a deal.
I know. So what?
It's a
I
deal.
assume they're not shooting down the street, are they?
No, they're not actually. They're not shooting down the street.
Exactly is your question. Like, what are you hoping to get from this call?
Okay, there's a general question and a specific question. I'm feeling a lot of pressure to buy my own building, a multifamily unit home.
And to move into
Who is pressuring you?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a great
question.
I think in Chicago, it's like the thing to do, you know? Like,
Well, among 27-year-olds, it's a thing to do, but that doesn't mean that's smart. You have really good instincts. You have really good skills. You are so far ahead of normal. Normal sucks, is broke, has no money. I mean, you got some money piled up. You've done a great job. Way to go. If you want to buy a condo to live in, that's fine. But don't buy it because the society that's stupid thinks you should.
Right.
Okay.
You buy it because you looked at it and you said, I like these numbers. I mean, you're the guy living in a $500 rental situation in Chicago. You're that guy.
Right.
Score.
You're the smart guy.
I know, right?
You're the smart guy. Be listening to him. He's got more going on. So if you want to go buy you a condo, that's great. You got $100,000 to put down, or you need to set back an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses, and set back anything else you need to purchase. If you're thinking about buying a car, you're thinking about buying whatever, so that you don't go into debt for the future items. But after that, the rest of that money is your down payment on a condo or whatever, if you want to buy something. But when you say buy a building, you know what I'm hearing? You've been reading real estate investment crap on TikTok.
That's what it sounds like.
No, it's that my grandfather owns a multifamily unit home. A lot of people in my circle, you know, a lot of them, the older generation owns a multifamily unit home. So I was thinking, why don't I house hack, get a renter on the top floor, live on the first floor, and rent out the basement?
Not a bad idea, but you should do it because as you looked at it, you thought, A, that's how I want to live. Because the great news is your tenants are attached to you. The bad news is your tenants are attached to you.
Exactly.
They're going to be knocking on the door at 2 a.m. if they don't like something. All right, unless you really set some real clear boundaries. It's very difficult to manage a multifamily that you live in from a boundaries perspective. So if you want to do that, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's nothing that says if you don't do that, that you're stupid. Because you ain't stupid, dude.
I know that's right. People need to be listening to you instead of you listening to what they're saying.
Yeah.
That's what I've been telling them. I'm getting my friends on the Ramsey steps.
What do you make?
So I make approximately $75,000 a year through my full-time job, and I also own a business.
And what does it make?
I'm combining the income from both.
So you make 75, including owning a business, not also
Including
okay,
the
gotcha.
business.
Yeah. So if you want to take 75,000 of the 100, leave 25 for an emergency fund, and you continue out of your monthly budget doing investing into your retirement plan at your workplace, then and you want to go buy you a multifamily and live on the main floor, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not a bad plan at all. But this idea that somehow, here's a good rule of thumb, okay? Whatever everyone else in America is doing, do the opposite, and you'll probably have some money.
True that. Now, can I?
So what am I doing with
Because I'm sitting here thinking. Well, here's my thought. I'm like, okay, if he was buying a personal residence and he knows that he can afford it without any rentals, just on his own, great. But if he's buying this building that's more expensive and he's depending on the rent coming in, should he not pay cash for this property?
No,
it wouldn't matter.
If it's your residence and you're going to take out a mortgage, as long as you can pay the payments, and if you have to have the rent to pay the payments, no.
That's what I want. That's what my thing with Cesar. I want to make sure he doesn't need the rent from the other people living upstairs or downstairs.
You don't go buy something that you can't. If your renters all don't pay, you can't be up a creek.
Right. So you got to be able to afford this regardless if you have renters, Cesar. That's just a little thought there.
That'll keep, because here's, when you have an empty apartment and you have to make payments, you become desperate. And when you become desperate, right after that, you get stupid. And that's when you put the wrong tenant in and you create a bigger mess than an empty apartment created.
That's true.
And so if you don't have to make the payments, if you don't have to have somebody to stay alive,
right,
inside the unit there, then you make better decisions on who goes in to the unit.
Well, he's got his family, but I'm also thinking your family is also the ones that is like, hey, this month's a little tight. Give me till next month. So there's a little stuff there that he might need to consider before going in.
Absolutely. But overall, do it because it's the lifestyle you want to live. I want to live on the first floor. I'm willing to do that at this phase of my life. I'm willing to deal with tenants next door. I'm not doing this because my grandpa did it.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not doing this because I saw it on TikTok. We're not doing that. And, until we arrived on the TikTok scene about a month ago, you could pretty well say that whatever was said on there was useless.
Garbage.
We're trying to displace it with some wisdom. So I've had a few things posted on there that did 10, 20 million views and that kind of stuff. Thank you guys, I guess. I think I should thank you. But,
yes, thank the people because they're making the views go.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got to put something good on there to try to redeem the platform. But it's more full of get rich quick crap than anything I've seen since midnight cable. This is The Ramsey Show.
Man, yo. All right. He said, don't do it just because that's what everyone else is doing or the family is doing. Dave Ramsey said, do it because that's the type of lifestyle that you want to do. And that is something that I do want to do, but it's cool to know that that is not a requirement. That means that I could take my time when figuring this situation out. I don't exactly have to buy the wrong property or force myself or rush myself into a property just yet. I feel like I still want to do that, but I want to make sure it's the right property. And another key thing that they said is that I should be able to afford the mortgage with no renters helping me. I really wanted to get that answer, and they didn't put a number to it. They didn't say, oh, it should be 25%, but at the end of the day, would I be able to afford the mortgage and the taxes and everything on my own? No renters in the equation. Anyways, what I've decided, what's gonna happen is we're gonna stay here, live below our means, probably for at least another 3 months. Maybe we're gonna rent out a content creator house. Maybe we're gonna do something like that to build our brand, to make a reality TV show. I don't know, but his advice, he still got me a little confused of what I should do with the $100,000. So I'm going to ask Dave Ramsey in the future, what should I do with my extra 100,000? I might submit that as a message to see what he says, and we'll follow up. But all right, y'all, you're tuned in with Cesar. That is my call with Dave Ramsey. Thank you, Dave Ramsey. You are a icon. You're so dope. It's so great to listen to you. I look forward to calling in again. Let's get it. Hey, okay.